Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It has been a while. I have been working on some important projects and I have more time now to bring you some more YouTube flows. So if you haven't practiced hypopressives before, then check out the video caption below, and there's a link to a workshop where you can learn the hypopressive breath work and the first posture. So you'll want to head there to learn it if you've not practiced hypopressives before. For everyone else, then you can join along with this flow. Do drop me a comment below, let me know what you thought. And I hope you enjoy it. You're just going to need a Pilates ball for some of the postures, and we're going to focus on the front of the pelvic floor and inner thighs, and also rotation and asymmetric movements, which will help with like running, turns. So if you experience leaking when you run or when you turn, then these poses can be really beneficial. So we're going to start down lying on our backs. So come down to lying on your backs. And we're just going to start off by doing some diaphragm release. So you're going to bring your fingers and you're just going to start from the top of the rib cage. And we're just going to go down one side at a time. And you're going to sink your fingers in, but not with pressure, with this like softness. And you're going to invite your muscles and your fascia to soften. So you're going to talk to them in your head or out loud. You can just talk to them and invite them to soften, and allow your touch to be a touch of like softness. So, you know, sometimes we can go in with these exercises with so much kind of force that then everything just tightens up and we get that opposite effect. Whereas if you're going to kind of go really softly and gently, the muscles respond, the fascia responds a lot better. So see how softly you can work with that muscle and fascia. And it's that cornflower analogy, isn't it? So if you push down into cornflour really hard with force, it kind of goes all rigid. You won't get very far. Whereas if you softly push your finger into it, it will kind of ease and soften. So if we think about that with this fascia that's underneath the ribs, and just easing that can really help with our apnea and our lateral breathing. Nice. So when you've worked down one side, we're just going to go to the other side with softness. And you can use your whole hand, or you might just want to like use your thumb. And just go nice and softly. And again, like talking to the muscles, asking them to soften. And just breathing nice and slowly and steadily. Really nice, lovely. Okay, and then we are going to bring the hands around the ribs. Keep the feet just flat on the floor for now. We're just going to do like a warm-up apnea. And again, I want you to approach this apnea and this lateral breathing with that same softness and see how that feels in your body. So when you're ready, you're going to inhale all the way around the ribs and breathe in that softness. And then exhale nice and softly and slowly. Inhaling into the ribs. And then exhale softly and slowly through the mouth. Inhaling all the way around. Exhale slowly through the mouth. You're going to pause and really slowly and softly open the ribs. Imagine like the inside of the rib cage is being filled with this like cotton wool. Nice and soft, and it's expanding it nice and gradually. Holding it for as long as you can. And then breathing in whenever you're ready. Lovely. Grab your ball and place it in between your thighs. Bring your hands down bring your hands onto your hip bones, your ASIS bones for a minute. And we're just going to inhale, soften on the ball and tilt the pelvis down towards the feet. Exhale, squeezing on the ball as the pelvis tucks under. Inhale, untuck. And then exhale, slowly squeezing on the ball. Inhale, untuck. And then exhale, slowly squeezing on the ball. Nice. Come back to center. This time we're going to inhale, squeeze on the ball as the pelvis tilts down towards the feet. Exhale, soften on the ball as we tuck the pelvis under. Inhale, squeezing on the ball, pelvis tilts down towards the feet. And exhale, soften on the ball, tuck the pelvis under. Inhale, squeezing on the ball. Exhale, soften, tuck the pelvis under. Come back to the center, hold your breath out, and then open your ribs. Just slide your hands up to your ribs from your hip bones, holding it here for as long as you can. And then breathing in whenever you're ready. Nice, lovely. Just place your ball to one side, cross your right foot over your left knee, dorsiflex both the feet, and then we're going to bring the hands in the correct way. So hover the hands off the floor, then rotate your thumbs down, rotating the wrists first, elbows rotate, shoulders rotate. Then extend your wrists so that your fingers are pointing towards each other. Then bend your elbows so your hands come in and hover just above your hips. Nice. Place your left hand on the inside edge of the right knee and then bring your right hand into your third arm position. Push the hand into the thigh, thigh into the hand. Draw that heel that's on the floor towards you, just like pushing a blueberry underneath the heel. Nice. Make sure pelvis is centered, not flat back. And when you're ready, you're going to inhale all the way around the ribs. And then exhale slowly through the mouth. Inhaling into the ribs. And exhale softly and slowly. Inhaling into the ribs. Exhale slowly through the mouth. Pause, slowly open the ribs here. Holding it here, keep that light pressure between hand and the inner thigh. And then breathing in whenever you're ready. Nice, uncross, switch the arm position over, cross the other leg over the other knee, both feet dorsiflexed. We've got the pressure of the hand and knee in towards each other. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale all the way around the ribs. And then exhale slowly through the mouth. Inhaling into the ribs. And exhale softly and slowly. Inhale, ribs expand. Exhaling slowly through the mouth. Pause. Open the ribs. Holding it here. And then breathing in whenever you're ready. Nice. Just slide the foot that's on the floor along the floor, and the other foot is crossing, so left foot is crossing over the right foot. You're going to bring your hands down into first position, dorsiflex the feet. So we've got the legs crossed, left leg is crossed over the right leg. We're going to come into our Saline position, rolling over to the right side. So when you're ready, we're going to place the left hand and glue it to the back of the right hand. So left palm glued to the back of the right palm. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale all the way around the ribs. Exhale slowly through the mouth. Inhale, ribs expanding. And then exhale softly and slowly. Inhale all the way around. Exhaling slowly through the mouth. You're going to pause, open your ribs, then you're going to raise the arms up into your third arm position, rolling over onto your side, using your waist to roll yourself over, really straightening the arms over the head, holding your apnea on your side, and then you're going to breathe in whenever you're ready. Nice. Then you're going to use your hands to guide yourself up into a seated position. Great. You're going to bring the ball in between the thighs. You're going to have the legs extended. Flex the feet. Imagine you're squashing a blueberry underneath your heel. And then we're going to bring our arms back into those Athena arms. Palms face forwards. Reach the fingers away so you're getting lots of space in the arms, so lengthening. And then you're going to rotate the thumbs first, wrists, elbows rotate, then the shoulders rotate. Then extend the wrists so that your fingers are kind of facing towards each other. Bend the elbows, bring the arms in. Nice, feel that connection through the muscle chains in the arms. Then bring your arms up into your second arm position, hands in front of the chest. And then imagine you're drawing your elbows into some imaginary resistance so that you get the spreading of the shoulder blades, so protracting of the shoulders. And then when you're ready, listen to that conversation behind you. You're going to inhale all the way around the ribs, soften on the ball. Exhale slowly through the mouth as you squeeze on the ball. Feel the inner thighs activate. Inhale, soften. Exhaling slowly through the mouth, squeezing on the ball. Inner thighs will activate and so will the pelvic floor. Inhale, soften. Exhale slowly through the mouth, squeezing. Hold the breath out, pause, and then slowly open the ribs. Holding it here, keep the chin lifted, listen to that conversation behind. And then breathing in whenever you're ready. Nice, lovely. Move the ball to one side, come into a cross-legged position. Sitting up on any props that you need to lengthen the spine and prevent the pelvis from tucking under. Dorsiflex the feet, and then just watch out for something I've noticed on myself is that I'm dorsiflexing my toes more than my feet. So dorsiflex at the ankle, try and keep the toes in line with that top part of your foot. Nice. And then we are going to bring the hands back in. So palms face forwards, reach away with those fingertips, rotate from the thumb, wrist, elbow, shoulders. Extend the wrists, bring the hands in, lift the knees slightly, and then we're going to bring the right hand into your third arm position. Try and work on spreading the shoulder blades away from each other. So think elbows out to the side. Listen to that conversation behind you. We're going to rotate. So we're going to do 3 breaths apnea and rotate on the apnea. So when you're ready, you're going to inhale all the way around the ribs. Exhale slowly through the mouth. Inhale into the ribs. And then exhale softly and slowly. Inhale, ribs expanding. Exhale slowly through the mouth. Pause, slowly open the ribs and then start rotating to that left side. From the lumbar, thoracic will rotate a bit more, cervical will rotate even more, taking the gaze over that shoulder, holding it here for as long as you can, and then breathing in whenever you're ready. Nice. Coming back to center, we'll change the arms. Again, protracting the shoulder blades. Really nice. And then inhale when you're ready, inhaling. Exhale slowly through the mouth. Grow on the exhale. Inhale all the way around the ribs. And exhaling softly and slowly. Inhaling into the ribs. Exhale slowly through the mouth. Pause, slowly open those ribs and start rotating around from the bottom, middle, top. Taking the gaze over that shoulder. The arms can move with you, they don't have to stay on the knees. And then breathing in whenever you're ready. And exhale to come forwards. Nice, lovely. Okay, great. We're going to come up onto the knees now and then step the left foot forwards, coming into our 90-90 position with the legs, coming into our aura asymmetric. So toes are tucked under at the back, that heel is drawing towards the back wall, front knee is placed over that front ankle. Nice, and then plug into that front heel a little bit more than you normally do so that we can feel that activation in the front of the pelvic floor a little bit more. Again, we're going to bring the arms in, palms face forwards. We're going to rotate wrists, elbows, shoulders, extend the wrists, bring them in, bring the arms in. And then the right hand is going to come into third, left hand is going to stay in first. We're going to inhale all the way around the ribs and exhale slowly through the mouth. Inhale into the ribs and then exhale softly and slowly. Inhale, ribs expanding. Exhaling slowly through the mouth. Pause, slowly open the ribs, and we're starting to rotate towards the left. So bottom, middle, top. Rotating round, holding it here. Breathing in whenever you're ready, and then exhaling to come forwards. Nice. Then we're going to come into all fours, into our Gaia position. Keep the toes tucked under, hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. We're going to bend the elbows slightly. And then we're going to do a bit of rocking. So we're going to inhale, push into the hands to rock ourselves back. Slowly exhale to come forwards. Inhale, push into the hands and the arms to rock yourselves back. And exhale slowly through the mouth to come forwards. Inhale, rocking back. Exhale slowly through the mouth to come forwards. Hold the breath out, pause, open the ribs. As you open the ribs, spread the mat apart with your hands. Spread the hands away from each other without moving them. Keep the elbows bent. Nice, holding it here. And then breathing in whenever you're ready. We're going to come up Step forward with the right leg, coming into that split stance or asymmetric, or on the other side. Bringing the arms in, so palms face forwards, we rotate thumbs, wrists, elbows, shoulders. Extend the wrists and then bring the arms into first. Bring the left arm into third, right arm stays in first. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale all the way around the ribs. Exhaling slowly through the mouth. Inhaling into the ribs. And exhale softly and slowly. Inhale, ribs expanding. Exhaling slowly through the mouth. Pause, slowly open the ribs. Start rotating bottom, mid, top. Holding it here for as long as you can. Breathing in whenever you're ready and come back to face forwards. Nice. You're going to step that front knee back, come back into our Gaia position. We're going to lift up into our kind of downward facing dog Callisto position. So you can have your hands facing towards each other, or you can face the fingers forwards for this one if it's better for your wrists. You can try it first with this in this position. You can always turn them to face forwards afterwards. So we'll do 2 breaths in an apnea and come up on our apnea. So you're going to inhale. Exhaling slowly through the mouth. Inhale into the ribs. And exhale softly and slowly. Hold the breath out. Pause, open the ribs, and then lift the hips up, but keep the weight over the hands. Keep the weight of the shoulders over the hands. Take the gaze back towards your knees. Holding it here, keep spreading the mat apart with those hands. Feel free to turn the hands to face forwards if this is too much for the wrists. And then breathing in whenever you're ready. Now everyone turn the hands to face forwards. Walk the hands back towards the feet. Take a forward fold here. Lovely. And then when you're ready at the bottom, we're going to inhale. On your exhale, nice big breath out as you rise up to standing. Great. Okay, grab your ball, place it in between your thighs. And then have your feet hip distance apart and parallel. Knees are slightly soft, not locked out. Pelvis is centered, ribs are stacked on top, shoulders on top of that. Bringing the arms in again. So palms face forwards, reach those fingertips away, rotate wrists, elbows, shoulders, extend the wrists, bring the hands in. Let's bring the arms up into our second position. Balance point is forwards, and we're going to squeeze and release. Inhale, soften on the ball. Exhale slowly through the mouth, squeezing on the ball. Inhale, soften. And then exhale softly and slowly, squeezing on the ball. Inhale, soften. Exhaling slowly through the mouth, squeezing on the ball. Hold the breath out, pause, slowly open the ribs. Keep drawing those elbows into imaginary resistance. Shoulder blades spreading. Crown of the head reaches up while the heels reach down. Nice. Holding it here. And then breathing in whenever you're ready. Nice. Lovely. You're going to drop the ball. You're going to come to the back of your mat. We're going to come into Freya. So we're going to set up in Freya first. So you're going to step your right foot forwards. Both feet are facing forwards. Front knee is over that front ankle. Hips are facing forwards. Back knee is slightly soft. Then bring a slight incline into that upper body. So we've got a nice line from that back foot. Then we're going to bring the hands in, palms face forwards, thumbs, elbows, shoulders, extend the wrists, bring the arms in. We're going to lift the left arm up into third, and then we're going to do our rotation. So we'll do 2 breaths and rotation this time. So you're going to inhale all the way around the ribs. Exhale slowly through the mouth. Inhale into the ribs. And then exhale softly and slowly. You're going to pause, open the ribs. And if you want to rotate, you're going to rotate from the bottom, middle, top. Holding it here. Keeping that incline. Make sure that knee, front knee isn't knocking in or out. Breathing in when you're ready. Rotating back. Nice. Going to step that back foot in. And then you're going to step that right foot back, coming into Freya on the other side. Feet face forwards, they're on a train tracks, not a tightrope. Front knee is bent over that front ankle, directly over. Back knee is soft. Make sure that back foot is facing forwards. That's always the one that turns out a little bit. Slight incline with the upper body. Palms are facing forwards. We rotate wrists, elbows, shoulders. Extend the wrists, bring the hands in. Bring the right into third, and then when you're ready, we'll do 2 breaths again. Inhale all the way around the ribs, and then exhaling slowly through the mouth. Inhale into the ribs. On your exhale, think about crown of the head reaching away from that back heel. Plug that back heel down into the floor. You're going to hold your breath out. Pause, slowly open the ribs. Start rotating if you want to rotate, or stay in that static pose, bottom, middle, top. Holding it here, keep that slight incline. Breathing in whenever you're ready. Calming back. Nice, lovely. Step that back foot. And we're going to come into Artemis. Let me just check the time. Okay, great. So either put your pinky fingers into the hip crease and lift it up and over, if that way works for you. Or you're going to hold something in front of you, push the drawer shut with your bottom. Heels of the hands come to the top of the thighs. Adjust ribs over pelvis. I'm always tilting my ribs up in this position, so just tilt them back down if that's you as well. And then bring your balance point forwards onto the front of the feet, but still keep those heels plugging into the floor. Nice, lengthen through the spine. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale all the way around the ribs. And then exhale slowly through the mouth. Inhaling into the ribs. And exhale softly and slowly. Inhaling, ribs expand. Exhale slowly through the mouth. Pause, open the ribs here. Holding it here, keep that balance point forwards. Breathing in whenever you're ready. Then we're all going to breathe in together. Exhale, reach your ears away from your shoulders. Bring your chin towards the chest, keeping space for a plum. Inhale here. On your exhale, just curling above the bra strap. Inhale here. On your exhale, hands slide down to just above your knees. Shoulders come down as far as your hips. Hold the breath out, open the ribs. Make sure your shoulders are dropped away from your ears. Look up at your belly button. Holding it here for as long as you can. And then breathing in whenever you're ready. Nice. Then we're going to inhale. Exhale, reach the hands 2 feet forwards. Take the gaze back towards your thighs. Inhale here. Exhale, drop the knees down behind the hands. Look at the belly button. Inhale here. exhale, we're going to rise up onto the knees. Lovely. And then we're going to untuck those toes, sit back onto the feet, reach the hands forwards, stretch the fingertips forwards. And take a couple of breaths here, breathing into the back of the ribs. Lovely. And whenever you're ready, you can come back up. Oh, that is our practice complete. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope you enjoyed that flow. Do drop into the comments below and let me know what you thought. If you want more support with your hypopressive journey, then there's some notes in the description below of some ways that you can work with me. And I look forward to practicing with you again soon.